So Roger already said it, but my name is Cecilia, and I need to preface this with an apology because this is so out of character for me, and I'm very nervous. So if I stumble or stutter or have an awkward pause, I apologize in advance. So I was asked to tell my story, and honestly, I don't think it's a very remarkable story, but I guess I'm humbled that anybody wants to hear it. It's really more about everybody else in my life that has influenced me versus about me personally. But I realized a theme in my life, and that is that God really truly puts the perfect people in my life at the exact moment that I need them. And a lot of you in here, whether you realize it or not, have done a lot for me and my family. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. I'm probably going to start crying. So first of all, I have to say that I was born into an awesome family. I can't go without saying that. But the first person that I want to mention is Perry Lloyd. My mom met and married Perry, and he's been an incredible influence. And aside from just the exponential influence he's had just going through my life since I've met him, he got us to go to Poplar Springs Baptist Church, and we met Mr. Roger Hensley. And I was saved and baptized, I think I was like 10, 11, somewhere around there. And I wish that I could say that changed my life, and that was all that I needed to get me to where I am today, but that's not true. There's a section of my life that I'm not proud of, but again, God sent someone amazing into my life, and he's on the front row, and that is Aiden. I found out I was pregnant when I was 19, and honestly, I was not happy about it. I knew that a lot was going to have to change. I was afraid of losing friends and losing the life that I really was happy with. But it turns out, like any parent knows, that when he got here, my perspective changed on everything. And I wanted to change. I wanted to be a different person, a better person for him. And so, and with that, becoming a mom, so much anxiety and worry comes along with that. Like I had never imagined just worrying about every little thing. Like he slept on my chest when he was an infant because I was just afraid that he was going to stop breathing. So I know I'm probably not the only one with their firstborn who was like that. But because of that, I developed a relationship with God that I hadn't had before. Obviously, I still had a long way to go, but I had that dialogue with him. And I was praying regularly, and I had never really prayed before. But he was the only person, or the only one I could go to with all of those worries and, kind of relieve me of them, at least for a little while. So I guess that was the first major step in this journey, is just developing that relationship with him, just being able to talk, mostly, like I said, about Aiden and worries that I had. And at that point, I was happy with my life. I met my husband and became a stepmom to Cameron and Connor. And then we had Avid, and I thought life couldn't get any better. But there was still a lot missing. I just didn't really notice it yet. It wasn't until Aiden was saved and baptized when he was with his dad one weekend, and I was extremely angry, and I felt very betrayed that I missed out on that important life event. But after I got past all that anger and frustration, I realized it was really on me because I wasn't doing everything that I needed to be doing for them. So, thanks to Aiden again, and an event that I thought was just terrible and ended up being one of the best things that ever happened, because number one, my baby is saved, and I'm so proud of you, Aiden, for that. And because of that, kind of, for lack of a better term, lit a fire under me to get us back in church. And amazingly enough, when we did come back, and when I say come back, we were in and out of church. You know, my mom's been going here, but we weren't committed, I guess you could say. But the message that Roger had that day that we came back was perfect. It seems like anytime I have something going on in my life and I come to church, it's just like he knows exactly what I need to hear and delivers that. And so now we are back in church regularly, and the boys all love coming here. And so many of you guys know who you are, that have just been huge influences in their lives. And you all probably remember now Cameron has been saved and baptized in front of everybody. And so Cameron, I'm really proud of you for that too. And I just want to thank everybody here. We also have an amazing Sunday school teacher, Mikey. Honestly, you really have had an impact on me, and Tyler also. And so I guess those are all of the events, and there are more people that I can talk about that have been positive influences, but I don't have the time, I don't think, to talk about everyone. But that is how I got to where I am today. Obviously, I still have a long ways to go. I'm a perfectionist. I know I'll never get there, but I'll try. And as far as, I guess, what I see for my future, I just want to keep growing and, becoming closer and becoming more, having a better relationship with God, and want to become more involved in the church, and I know you all will help me with that. I want to continue to see my boys grow and develop their relationship with God. And I guess that's about it. I feel like I wasn't up here very long. I apologize. And I didn't use these papers really at all, except for just to play with, because I'm fidgety. But thank you guys for allowing me to come up here and talk to you. Again, I'm nothing remarkable, but the people in my life have been remarkable. And I can't wait to see what else happens. Like, I'm happy and complacent right now, but I know in a few years or whenever there might be another event that causes an epiphany and makes me realize, what else I'm missing in life and what else I need to do differently. But I just thank the entire church family for just being here for us, and especially being here for our boys and helping them to learn and grow and become stronger in their faith. So, thank you.
Good morning. When Roger asked me to speak a few weeks ago, I was not real thrilled to do so. I didn't want to speak at all, actually. But Pam came up to me and said I was going to speak, so therefore I'm speaking. So, as of now, I'm 15, and I'll get my license in 3 months, which I'm very excited about. And I'm doing very well. So, I'm going to go back until January 5th of 2001. That is my birthday, and I was born at about 3:30. I was a happy baby. I didn't fuss a whole lot, as my parents said. My parents often say that I was the best child, or I would like to think they would. I don't remember much about my really young childhood, but I do remember going to Pleasant Hill Daycare. This was very impactful in my life because it was a very Christian-oriented daycare, and I went there from infant until I started kindergarten. This daycare did so much for me. It got me started at going in the right direction, and it was just a good base foundation for me. So in June of 2009, I was 8 years old. We were having vacation Bible school, and I was having a good time. I think it was my second or third one that I came to here at this church, and I think it was the last night, and we were in here, and Pam was praying. She asked all of us children to raise your hand if you were ready to accept Christ. I was sitting in the front row, and I raised my hand. I was very nervous when I did so because I didn't know really what was going to happen. I talked to Roger a lot for about a month, and finally in 2009, in July, I was baptized right up here in front of a lot of you guys. And like Cecilia said, this was not a huge turning point in my life as everybody thinks it would be, because yes, you have accepted Christ, but have you really? It is such a hard journey to start and to go. And no matter what the situation is, it's always going to be hard. People say that it's easy, but are those people really doing it? Are they really following Christ if they think it's easy? And in 2011, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and this was a very, very difficult journey for me, and it was some of the hardest years of my life. Through all of the medical complications that I had, I often asked God why. Why did he put this on me? Out of all the people, out of all the bad people in the world, why did he put this on me? I thought I was doing good. I had accepted him. I'd done everything that I was supposed to, but yet he still put this on me. And this was a very difficult time because I was young. I didn't know what was going on, and I really needed somebody. And I didn't really like to talk about it because no one likes to talk about that kind of stuff. And this was probably some of the lowest years of my life. I was not doing well, and I really had to grow up fast in the Lord and the Christ, and just in general, I had to grow up and understand these things. It took me a long time to realize that God does everything for a reason. He knows what he's doing, he does it, and he does it to the strongest people. He puts the most difficult stuff on the strongest people, and that's how I really feel today. And I want to look at Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and it says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up." I want to look at verse 3 right there a little bit more. And it says, a time to kill. What does this really mean? Well, I feel like God had killed me. Maybe not physically, but mentally and emotionally. I felt like I was nothing. It also says, a time to heal. If God puts that kind of stuff on you and he takes you down, he will heal you up. He will bring you back up. It is, you put your life into his hands and he will do it. It says a time to break down. This kind of goes along with a time to kill. He will break you down. He will take you to the core, and he will show you who you really are. It might not be a fun journey, but he will. And when he did this, he tore me down. I was nothing. And it was very, very difficult. But along with that, it says a time to build up. If God will take you down, he will build you back up. You just have to let him. He will do it. It's kind of like when you go and lift weights. You break your muscles down, you tear your muscles up, but then you have to give them time to heal. And when they heal, they will heal bigger and stronger. And that is how I feel today. I've come back bigger and stronger in my faith. And I'm at the highest point in my relationship with God. And I encourage you, all of you, that if you're ever down, if he has ever tore you up, just wait. Be patient. Put your life in his hands, and he will heal you up. He will guide you in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecilia, and your family. Thank you, Matthew, and your family. Thank you for your stories. You tell your story, but we see your story, and we hear your story. And God's hands are all over you, and he's not finished with you yet. He's not finished with us yet. God's an amazing God. Wonderful stories. Thank you very much.